What's up, guys? We got some really cool going on. Got my boy Rutledge Wood's Toyota Supra here. This thing is so clean. It's absolutely beautiful. We're updating the headlights and taillights to S2 units. Look at that. Out with the old, in with the new. So just getting them converted over. The S1s use like a small little running light and the S2s don't, so got his wires cleaned up to where they could be converted back in the future if anyone ever wanted to. These are actually in really good shape, but check out the difference here. These have the running light down there, if you see it, and those do not, so it's just a very clean look on these headlights. We're doing the taillights as well. So the only bad part about this Supra is it's an automatic. It's an auto tragic, a slush box. Not ideal. We've been collecting parts for this thing for like, I don't know, since he got the car, maybe 2 years. The almighty V160 transmission. So he managed to find one, and Taylor actually picked it up for him in Jersey and brought it down. Got a whole grip of new parts going in this car. Got a nice clutch, all the OE parts. I think he's going to be very happy to get this thing back. And it's going to be way more fun to drive with a 6-speed in it. Just like always in that power band, and just getting to roll your own gears in a Supra is the best. So the manual swap isn't too crazy on these. It's kind of a lot of work, but we'll get it done. It's going to be sick. Can't wait to drive it. You want to see why you do these headlights? Because look at that. Oh man. This is so good. Now I need new headlights. I've rebuilt them before, but man, these lenses are so clean when they're new. You can Let's check it out. Oh my gosh.
Styling and profiling.
It's time to pull a lot of interior out. You have to weld in a new panel for the manual transmission shifter. That way we can run the OEM shift boot. It's a piece of metal, it's a lot of welding, so you don't want to mess up this carpet. So that's stage one, disassembly, always. This is the piece we have to take out. All these spot welds. I wonder how long that's been there. Well, the date on it is 1970. Do you think it's been in here since 1970? That'd be crazy. I don't want to take any chances with welding sparks bouncing around and catching carpet on fire. I'd rather not burn down Rutledge's Supra. So it's worth the time to take it all out, get it out of harm's way. About to get this thing inside, about to move a bunch of cars around. Hey guys, we're swapping out the pedals, everyone's favorite part of manual conversions. So we're actually changing the whole brake pedal out for the manual Toyota brake pedal. And that bracket right there is coming out. That's how great Toyota is. Thanks, guys. So that's where we'll drill for the clutch master cylinder. And we'll have another pedal up in here. We'll bolt right up there. So I had to drop this panel and pull all the ducting out. Usually this bar is gone, but this car I don't think's ever been taken apart under here, and it still has that bar there. So we have to drop the steering column to get that nut out, which you can't see from here. It's just easier this way. It is more work, but it's easier and takes less time in the long run to get all this stuff out of our way. Yep. Oh, had to drop the column to get that bolt to get this bracket out. You have to be very careful with this bracket. It's magnesium, which means it's very weak and you cannot weld on it. And they even mark it with the periodic table code MG. That sleeve was being very stubborn, so I'm having to drop the whole thing to get that out and swap the other pedal in. But while they're all out, I'm gonna drill that hole. We got the brake pedal in. The brake pedal is installed. Got our spring hooked back up. And we got our bracket back in there. There it is. We got 3 pedals. This is what every Supra needs. All right. So the pedals are in. I realized we didn't have clutch master cylinder. Thankfully I had this old nasty one, but I was able to mock it up and make sure everything fit. Put a little bit of paint in there to make sure we don't get any rust. You know how cars are, there's always something interesting going on. I was going through everything. We got a few parts in, like our OEM pilot bearing here, and ran into this. This did not look very familiar because I've never had one, but it is a push style throwout bearing. So it's a traditional pushes on the clutch like most cars. Now the problem is these were originally pull style. So you put the throwout bearing in here and it pulls your clutch teeth up. Our very fancy clutch is a pull style. Can't use it with the push style, so this is the OS Geiken conversion unit. Got to take it off and run the traditional Toyota clutch fork. I have one on the way, thankfully. Toyota still makes them. Just waiting on it to get here. Always waiting on parts. As soon as that comes in, can bolt the clutch and flywheel on and get the transmission bolted on the engine. Then our friends at Drift Motion will be making us a super beefy, I believe it's a 3.5-inch drive shaft, so we'll never have to worry about drive shaft on this car. It's going to be super strong. So I'll be waiting on parts. I'll see you next time.